it going? My name is Lauren Gale, and I go by Heart Nectar Healing. That's the name of my healing company. And I feel so honored to be doing this video right now. First off, I met Michelle in the Outer Banks about a week ago, and she told me a little bit about her story after I had done a sound therapy session with her husband, Rich, and her. And it was just an awesome story. And so I feel really excited to have the opportunity to share more about sound healing and what I do personally. And gosh, this is just going to be great. So I'm just going to get started because there's a lot to say. I have a lot of questions to answer and a lot of instruments to show you. You'll see them all behind me as I get up and show you some things. So this, of course, is a singing bowl. This particular one is ceramic, so it's got that nice, really nice tone because it's ceramic. And singing bowls are classically Tibetan, although they're found in Nepal and India. It's got a few tones. Makes a cool sound if you move your mouth. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear that. It's a beautiful tool for healing. And I think that there's a lot of people in the Western cultures that are beginning to wake up, and it's beautiful. I'll show you some more of the instruments as we go along. I have this nice list of questions that I'm going to just dive into. I have to have them written down because there's quite a few of them, but I'm really excited to share with you. So, the first question that Michelle asked me was, where did sound healing originate? And that's such a great question. And it's such a huge question as well, because sound healing has been used all over the world. And I should really say sound medicine has been used all over the world for as long as humans have been tribal, as long as we've been nomadic and tribal. So ancient history, the Aboriginals used the didgeridoo as far back as 50,000 years ago. The Icaros is Central and South American, and it means medicine melodies. So they're doing singing, dancing, using lots of drums. Like Pythagoras was using his intervals and frequencies. At any point, if you have more questions about any of this knowledge that I'm just sort of throwing out as quickly as I can, then please send me an email, and I will get you a lot more information on all of this amazing work that I have the privilege and honor of doing. So, what was sound healing for in ancient versus modern times? So, in ancient times, when we were more tribal, we used different types of ways to heal ourselves. We didn't just have a pill that we took if we, felt any certain type of way. We used things like plant medicine and so much more. And you're seeing that starting to come back with the more popularized tincture. People are using tinctures and essential oils a lot more, And sound medicine is similar, that it was used in ancient times all of the time through. I mean, that was one of the main things that we would turn to when we needed to try and get through something that was going on in our lives, whether it was painful physically or emotionally or psychologically. We would turn to music, turn to beating the drum to send intention out into the universe so that it could hear us, right? It's incredibly powerful. It was written in biblical times that they would use music to banish evil spirits. So, we're talking about this massively expansive idea of what sound and music has done for people throughout all of history. Some of the really exciting things that are happening now in modern times are the use of binaural beats are really, really amazing. A binaural beat is one tone in one ear, call it 400, okay? And then another tone in the other ear, we'll call it 410. The difference is 10, and that will entrain your brain to go by 10 cycles per second. Now, when we're in our normal waking state, it's called beta, and it ranges from 13 all the way up to at least 27 and maybe even 30. It gets a little murky up there between beta and then going up to gamma. And we go about 8 to 13 is alpha, and that's a relaxed state of consciousness. Even further is theta, about 4 to 8. This is all like about 4 to 8. That's for deep meditation and deep psychological healing. Delta takes you down into your REM sleep. You don't necessarily fall asleep when you use delta binaural beats, but it's incredibly beneficial. I have a lot more information on binaural beats that I would love to share with you. Ultrasound frequencies have been stopping the progression of Alzheimer's and having a major effect on MS and the treatment of multiple sclerosis, which is, just eats away at your nervous system. So, gosh, it's amazing, and science is just now starting to really do a lot more studies. Some of my clients that I usually work with, I've worked with lots of people who have anxiety, depression, have stress disorders, whether they just have high cortisol in their body all the time. Even PTSD I've worked with. I've worked with addicts, which is an incredible way to help them to produce chemicals in their brain that they might have depleted through their use. With a compressed spine, I help someone get 50% mobility back just after one treatment. So you can imagine what would happen with 4 treatments, which is generally around what I would recommend as far as individual treatments go, to get 4 treatments. And it can be 1 a month. It doesn't have to be super consistent. I have done an intensive sound healing training with Jonathan Goldman and his wife Andy. He wrote Chakra Frequencies, and among so many other books, he is really like the guy that has written the books about sound healing. He has done so many recordings of the seed sounds of chakras to lots of meditations and so many other things. I would just suggest you look up Jonathan Goldman. I'll write it on the screen. Jonathan Goldman is incredible. I went to Costa Rica and I did an apprenticeship with Wendy Streeb. She's an amazing healer that's been in Costa Rica for about 15 years now, and before then was doing sound work in the United States, and has an amazing apprenticeship program. I learned so much in my 3 weeks of being immersed in her world. It was wonderful. And then I've also done 2 levels of a wonderful healer from Sedona named Three Trees. He does a soulmonic training, and it is it's shamanic work. It's really based in shamanic work, and he makes drums and didgeridoos, and he's really deeply rooted in spirit with his trainings, which I really love a lot because I am very deeply rooted to spirit as well. With cacao seed pods, so you can make them sound really nice like this. Or you can shake them. So they have a couple of uses. One is really relaxing them over the ears, just nice and quietly. Or when you start shaking it, I'm moving over the chakras, and I'm getting all that stagnant energy up to the surface. So this is what a lot of people experience. A lot of physical feeling, not pain, but just physical excited, like their nerves are excited, I have this beautiful crystal pyramid. This is from Belgium. There's so many frequencies. So these are really beautiful because they create just a very relaxed feeling. They have 4 different ones. I have air and fire, and they also have earth and water. Sounds like the ocean. Really beautiful instrument creates. This is made in Australia by my friend James. Cosmic Tone. Tuning forks are really beautiful. These particular ones are C and G. They are the ratio of 2 to 3, which in music is a perfect 5th. And these particular tuning forks, the 2 to 3 ratio, perfect 5th. This is C and G, but it could be any other perfect fifth. It doesn't really matter what that is. It just needs to be the ratio. So I just kind of hit my knees and put them over your ears. And then you do the cross lateralization to balance the hemispheres of the brain. And it strengthens your corpus callosum, which is what connects the right and left sides of your brain. Musicians are said to have stronger brains because of that piece being more developed. And that's something that I want to continue to do, is bring my work all over the country and continue to build beautiful communities that believe in this power, the power of this work, because it's, to me, it is it's unquestionable how powerful it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you learned some really great stuff and enjoyed yourself. I also play guitar and piano while I'm in sound baths. I write lots of different kinds of music, meditation music, ecstatic dance music, all kinds of good stuff. And it is available on a Bandcamp website. It is heartnectar.bandcamp.com. It's donation based, so you can click buy now and just put 0 if you want to just have it for free. I don't mind that at all. And also, your donations are greatly appreciated.